Hello, happy sunny Thursday. Too bad I can't say warm and sunny, but
It's not that bad.
it is warmer. And you know, our snowbanks are so high. I've never seen them this high here. Have you?
Well, I have.
Not since we've been here in 5 years.
No, not in this building.
When we first moved into our house, this was like 13 years ago. That year was a crazy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm here with Kaylee and Heidi and Jess, and then we're going to have some girls come over from the gathering and say hi. We are smack dab in the middle of a retreat. That's why I have my comfy sweats on and my green wool shirt because it's St. Patrick's Day week, and we're doing some fun stuff over there, mostly spring stuff. So I'll wait till they come over to talk about what we're doing over there. So I'll quick do some announcements. As you're all jumping on, remember, make some comments, like, subscribe, do all that stuff while we're doing the announcements, because either you really know all this by heart already or not. But yes, we hear them coming. Or Heidi hears them. Come on in, ladies. Come on in. We're already on live, so come on over and fill in. I'm just going to go do some announcements while you find a spot. All right, so just so you all know, we did this fun little chart to keep your progress so you know where you're at for echoes, and we are doing one for Betsy as well. I just got to watch the video, and so I don't want to miss a step. And so I'll get that, and Heidi will get that up on the blog, and we'll let you know when your progress chart for Betsy is completed. So we have a bunch of clubs that go on here at Primitive Gatherings, and they are day clubs, and they meet from 9 to 4 o'clock, and that includes lunch, and they are $25 sessions. So if you want to join us for a club, we have several offerings, and I will go through them. And just know that all of them are 9 to 4, all of them are $25. So the dates for our next wool club is March 25th. And then, okay, so then this is not a club. This is a pop-up sit and stitch. So this is like day sewing, 9 to 4 every day. And it is the first, second, and third. So it's $25 for each one of those days. So for $75, you can come and stitch from 9 to 4 every day, and we'll feed you lunch. And you can leave your sewing machine and your projects or whatever. Somebody just took my picture of what you're working on right there in your spot. And it'll just be there for you when you come back the next day. So that's like, you know, steroid sit and stitch. And then we have a single sit and stitch. The next one is April 7th. April 7th. Okay. And then we have a cross stitch club, and that is on April 8th. We have Bernina Social and Featherweight on April 13th. Then we have Lynn's Fabric Collage, and that is on April 14th. We have Rug Hooking Club, April 19th. Stitchers Gathering, April 20th. And Stitchers Gathering is like a hand stitching club led by Joanne. So that's a really popular one, and it's pretty lots of people going to that. So make sure you get on the list to go to that. They need to know you're coming. And then we also have a springtime sip, sew, shop, and stay. So if you're not sure if you want to come to the gathering for like a 3-night package or a 6-night package, we have a couple of these during the year. So you can come and stay one night. It's $200, and you can sew all day from 9 to 3 o'clock the next day. So it's a Friday and a Saturday for you there, and it's $200. So kind of a nice little introduction to the gathering. And then we have some really good news and some really bad news. Good news for me, our red, white, and blue retreat has one spot left in the May 31st through the June 6th. Now this is a retreat. So this is a week-long retreat, kind of like the one we're doing right now with all these lovelies. And we just hang out, do a bunch of projects. So you'll kind of see what we're doing at this retreat to give you an idea what we do at red, white, and blue. Then we have only 3 spots in each of 2 and 3, or total in each of 2 and 3. So 3 spots only for the June 14th and June 21st starts of red, white, and blue. So those are filling up quickly. So if you think you want to join us, and I am cutting out the quilt. I didn't really show it to you yet, did I? I'm cutting it out at retreat right now. So it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be fairly easy compared to some of the ones I've done in the past. Then Naughty or Nice retreat in July. So we have a Christmas party in July, and there's 2 separate sessions. You can go July 12th through the 18th or July 19th through the 25th. So all the details are here on the flyers. If you need to ask questions, you can always call our gathering, and they will love to talk to you and tell you or answer any of your questions that you may have. Then we also have a works in progress retreat. So let's say you just have so much stuff and it's overwhelming you and you're kind of stuck at some of it, or you're not moving forward as much as you want. And maybe somebody like me can come and help you, get you a little further along, or tell you or show you what you can do if you're stuck. So I'm pretty good at some of that stuff. So August 3rd through the 9th is our next works in progress retreat, where you just bring your stuff. So I don't have anything for you. And that way it's a little bit more reasonable as the price, because you're not getting a kit and all the other things that we're going to show you today here that we're doing at our retreat. And it's just slowly working on what you already have. And then we have October 4th through the 10th for the second works in progress. And then All Things Pumpkin retreat is, or no, sorry, All Things Pumpkin day session of a cotton. So this will be a quilt, and that will be August 25th. And then we have August 27th is our wool session. And then I'm just going to skip over here. If you want to do a full week retreat, we have All Things Fall. So we're going to incorporate those 2 projects plus a couple more for a week-long retreat. So you have September 21st through the 27th to do that. And then also in August, we have a summertime sip, sew, shop, and stay. And that, again, is that $200 deal where you get to sew for 2 days, 1 overnight, and then you get to leave at like 4 o'clock and be on your way for the rest of the weekend. Then we have a awesome teacher coming to teach here at Primitive Gatherings, and it is Janet Nesbitt from One Sister Designs. And you might know Janet formerly from the Buggy Barn. Her and her sister had that business together. So we have 2 sessions with Janet, Friday, October 23rd. I'll be bringing the birthday cake to that one. And then we have another 2-day session starting October 26th. And you can work on any project of Janet's. She does have some really new fun ones out lately that I really, really, really love. And you can bring what you want. We can put kits together for you. Anything, just we need to have enough ahead of time to work with some of that stuff. And then we have a Winter Wonderland retreat that is in November 30th start and December 6th. So 2 sessions there, week-longs for you. If you like winter, my Alabama girls here, they love winter. And then I have a special adventure for us, or whoever wants to go on this. Bring your husband, bring your friends, bring whoever you want to go with. September 1st through the 10th, we are going to go to Greece. And if you go to crafttours.com, you'll see all of the information. We'll get some pictures of this up on our slides with Kaylee so she can show you some of these things. But it's a fabulous adventure, and we are going to have a blast. And then I just want to remind you that we still have some openings in our red, white, and blue quilt show, that you have to have your quilt done by October 31st and sent to us, because we will hang them probably like the second week in November. And we're going to have a fabulous show this year. We're going to add a couple more categories like cross stitch, like a project category. So you can put your wool applique, your cross stitch project, or your rug hooking, and it has to be red, white, and blue. So patriotic. Yes, it can have some tan in it, but I want it, when you look at it, I want it to say, yes, that's a patriotic quilt. Okay, shades of red, shades of blue, shades of cream, white, little tan, not dark tan, not brown, okay? You get it, all right? Don't worry about it too much, but try to follow those guidelines. And if you go on our website, you can find where all that information is on the Quilt Show. And you sign up, I think it's $35, and then you get all the rules and all the fun papers that tells you how to ship your quilt and shipping labels, and we have a whole thing there for you to get ready for that. So then I want to shout out about one of our wholesale customers that carries Primitive Gatherings supplies and patterns and fabrics, hopefully, in her quilt shop. And the owner's name is Serena Tevens, or Tevens, two E's, Teevens. And her company is called the Dutch Rose Quilt Shop. And she is at 5231 West 26th Street in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And her website is www.dutchrosequiltshop.com. So I thank Serena for purchasing from Primitive Gatherings. And if you're in South Dakota or traveling through, make sure you check out her quilt shop. All right. So I think that is the official announcements. And then I got a couple announcements that we need to go over for some things going on here at Primitive Gatherings. So our finishing kits for Indigo Gatherings. You want to see it, girl? Asking me about it. I'll go grab it. It's right here, right?
On the bench.
On where?
The bench.
Other side.
On the other side. Oh, look at it. I promised them I would show it to them. So you got to look at it again. So this is Indigo Revival, all finished, and some of us made ours out of recycled jeans, and that's why we called it a revival. And but we did put fabric in your kit for you in case you wanted to use the chambray. It was kind of like a woven, blue woven that we put in there, just in case you didn't have access to jeans or you didn't want to go hunting. But so yeah, so that is on its way out the door to you, your finishing kits. We do have some pre-orders for full kits. They have started going out, but they won't all be out because we're waiting for a little bit more fabric that we have to come in. But some of them went out, but not all of them. So we're just kind of letting you know that some of you are going to get it. And then when you say, hey, look, I got my kit, and the other person's waiting for hers, that's why we're just waiting for a little bit more fabric. And you can still pre-order this as a full kit. Full kit, Jess?
Yep.
Full kit if you want. And I wouldn't, if you, I know my girl here, she wanted one, you better do it today, okay? If you want to get it, because lately things are just flying out the door, and we so appreciate that. We just can't stress enough how fabulous our sales are lately on all of the things that we are doing. And then Jessica says that the paper pieces for Betsy round 2 have gone out. Now we're just waiting for round 3. She did place another order. So those of you who are still wanting to participate in Betsy, you're not going to be that far behind. So don't worry, they're on its way. We will get them to you as fast as they come in. And we just wanted to tell you where we are at in all of that. All right. So you guys want to come on next, or do you want me to keep going and show them what's new in the shop? It's my show. It's my show, they said. Say what?
Save the best for last.
Is that you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to save the best for last. All right, so I just want to point out that last week we talked about a couple things that we have new on our website to help us raise money for our missions of honor, and that is some playing cards. So if you love to play cards, we have 2 red, white, and blue versions here. One is an airplane, one is Echoes from the Past. This is the quilt. And then this one here is, I can't remember, Tailspin or Takeaway. I can't remember the names. So this one Jess made. And then we have 2 of them that are kind of fallish, if you ask me. So these are just everyday ones and not red, white, and blue special ones. So these are a different price because we didn't include those on our fundraiser. These are a little more so we all can give more money to the missions of honor. All right. And then luggage tag, special one that we did to raise some money for as well. So when you purchase these, a bunch of money goes toward our missions of honor. And I don't know if we sell this one. Do we sell this one?
That is just for retreat people.
Oh, so if you come here at the retreat, did you get one of these?
Yes.
So they all got one of these in their swag bag when they came to primitive gatherings. All right. So those are a couple things. And then I decided that we should release some of the projects that are in previous books. So this now is going to be a single pattern. It can be downloaded, I do believe. So the pattern is $15 and the kit and pattern is $58. And that is a really fun mat. It's very popular for us. So we decided to pull it out of the book and now it's a single pattern. And this one is called Pioneer, and it finishes 76 by 88, and it's the cutest little snowball with the tiniest little triangle squares that you just sew across, put on the little edges or the points of the corners to make the snowball. And the pattern is $12 and the kit is $206. Again, this was previously in a book. If you have American Gatherings 1 or 2, this one is in 2. You already have this pattern. If you don't have that book, now it is a single pattern for $12. So we have books that are range from $28 to $30, $32. And so the books are really a good deal if you grab those. But if you just like to buy one pattern for one project, here you go. These are your opportunities. Again, another one. This one is called Dawn's Early Light. It is 93 by 93. So it's a nice big quilt, a dark background instead of a light background. And this one, she didn't give me prices for, so maybe we can't get it.
That one is a pattern only. We don't
Okay.
have anything to support that blue.
All right. Didn't have enough of those same fabrics to pull that one off. All right. We'll talk about spring fling a little bit later when the girls come on. So we have some new fabric in the shop. So this is a line called Backgrounds 2. And I guess we have 2 lines. So this one is from Pam Buddha. I'll quickly just pull them up so you can see them. So these are all on our website right now, and you can purchase them by the yard. Do we have any bundles or anything with this, Jess?
We do not.
Okay, just fabrics. And then I'll just go through all the prints. So beautiful. And they're kind of shades. So sometimes you got a little bit darker tan and then some kind of yellowy tans. There are all kinds of different shades of tans and dark creams, I would call them. I like this one. And I believe these are all reproduction fabrics that Pam has redone. And these are from Marcus Brothers. That's the company that Pam designs for. This one has a little red berry in it. Little green leaf in this one. And a little blue diamond in this one.
And I just want to say that for those of you that are doing Betsy, and if you're looking for something that's a little bit more tanner, like you have, those would work very well in that as well.
I would definitely the lighter ones of them. And because somebody had a question on Facebook about, hey, will these tans work? And absolutely they will work, but you just got to make sure that you spread it around and sprinkle it through the quilt. And I think when you have some of those tans or creams that are just a little bit darker than others, it makes the quilt kind of shimmer instead of being flat. So that's kind of why we kind of put in different shades of one color to make it more interesting. Okay. No 108 wide backings, right?
Not in the Pam Buddha ones right now.
So then we have another fabric line from Paula Barnes, and this is called Indigo Schoolhouse. So it looks like a line of looks like some like woven coverlet looking things or cross stitch maybe. So really, really deep. I don't know, that's almost black. Do you think that's black, Jess? Black, navy.
I think it was a black and then a navy and the tan.
All right, so let's show you these. So this is kind of like a coverlet print. That's kind of beautiful, right? With the church and the schoolhouse. And then it comes, that's navy, and then this is cream and navy. And then we have some dark tans. I would call this dark tan. And just to give you an idea if they work with pan fabric. So see how, yes, they kind of do, right? And then this is a nice dark tan with navy. And then a lighter tan with navy. A light tan with gold. Kind of a cadet blue. So there's like, and then just a little bit darker, kind of more medium. Get a little bit darker here as we go. All still navies. And this one I think has black and navy in it. Ooh, a gray. Nice. And then kind of a woven stripe, but it isn't woven, it is printed. And then I believe these are black. And then a different, like you can fussy cut that and make that, put that inside a block, a star block or something. So that again was from Paula Barnes, another Marcus brother fabric designer. So those are 2 new lines that we just got in. And then I know you're all like crazy over this next one I'm going to pull out. All right, Jess, do you know what this name of this one is?
That's the, hold on one second. That one is Brie.
It's one print.
Yep, it's called Brie. It's her blenders.
It's called what?
Brie.
Brie?
Yep.
Like B-R-E-E?
B-R-I-E.
B-R-I-E, like cheese?
See?
Oh, okay. So it's just this sweet little print done so amazing in a whole bunch of colors. I like this aqua one. But Tilda, if I forgot to say that, that's who this is. And how do these come, Jessica?
Right now, all we have is yardage. We finally got that in. So their brewer is just finally getting them in. So it was going out in waves. So some shops already had it as of like 2 weeks ago. But right now we just have the yardage. We will have pre-cuts coming in as soon as they come in. And that one is poppy seeds.
Poppy seeds. So this is just this really itty ditsy dotsy print here. Again, in a bunch of lovely, subtle, like this is my kind of pastel, like dirty pastel, right? It just has like a worn and old look to the pastels on them. So this is another beautiful blender, right? These considered blenders, both of them.
Yep.
And we have yardage of those. So if there's something in there that, you know, maybe you want half yards of everything or 1 yard, you can do that as well. But those are the new fabric releases that we have in the shop. I know we haven't showed you any for a little bit. All right, let's see what else. Okay, we'll do this at the end. But this quilt just released on Sunday. It's called Riata. And this is one of Val's quilts that she does 12 coordinating fat quarters with. And then 1 1/4 border and inner border and binding, and then border. So this is one of those really fun, fast, reasonably priced kits, and it's called Riata. And these come out on the 15th.
Yes, they come out on the 15th of every month. All the patterns will be $10 a piece, and then the kits are all the same price as well at $105.
Yep. So how fun is that? So super great price point. And we're always looking for quilts to give away as gifts. And I prefer that they didn't take me 3 years to make when I give them away sometimes. All right. So guess what? I'm moving over. Who's going to be the brave first one? Who's the ringleader? Come on, Juju. Oh, and Mary. Mary beat you. All right.
I love Mary.
You can come. You can sit by Mary. Look at you guys. You gotta give her your pants.
Yeah.
So you can. Yeah. If you can put it on, it's actually better. So I'm gonna put it on this side. All right. So when you talk, then I'll give it to you. Okay. So Mary, tell us about where you're from.
Texas.
All right.
Dallas Fort Worth area.
And did you come with anybody, or did you
Nope,
come by
I'm
yourself?
on my own. Flew
Okay.
in right before the storm. Changed it as soon as I heard.
Yeah. So remember last Thursday, I said, hey, if any of you are coming, see if you can change your flight. And several of these girls did. We had some of them couldn't make it. They got stranded like in Dallas or whatever. So we helped them, I think, book for another time. So they didn't, I don't think they didn't lose anything with us.
No.
And hopefully they had, I think the airlines are really good at weather stuff like this. So you were able to
Yep, I
change
called
your
as
flight
soon-
right away?
I paused that TV and started looking it up and changed it.
Good. So they got to come a night early, right?
Yes,
And
thank you.
can you like tell your little story in the
Well,
airport?
when
quick?
I got to the airport, there's no cabs coming out to the airport, so I was pretty much stranded. I don't use Uber, so I asked around for the very few people that were there, and this woman approached me and said she would bring me here. And I said,
Aw.
well, you're my angel. Her name was Julie. Thank you, Julie.
Oh.
Yes.
So some random person said, I will
Yes.
take you out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. She had just gotten in from New Orleans and picking up her car.
Yep. She had a car there. So she did an awesome thing,
beautiful thing.
and gave Mary a ride out
Yes.
to the quilting resort. I'll
Yes.
tell you about that in a minute. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that fun story. We love that story. Okay. Now what you got here?
Lisa has us making a little springtime wool project.
Uh-huh.
Very cute. We all like it very much. And then she's torturing us with these. She's torturing us with this little
Mhm.
tiny itty bitty pieces that we're whimpering over.
All right, I got to show them something.
Okay.
All right, so here's the story behind the quilt. So when I made the quilt, I made it from two 5 by 10 inch pieces. Remember, Moda had a 50th anniversary last year, and they had those dessert rolls, and they had 5 by 10 pieces in it. I had 2 of those. So technically, I had a 10 by 10 square of each of the fabrics in here. So here's one of the fabrics. So out of one 10-inch square, I think we cut like 10 and a half for you guys, or 11, and you get 11 blocks. You hold on
I
to
should
this
have
one.
got a darker one, huh?
That's okay. So this is a
Tiny,
pretty
tiny.
blue. So you get 3 turn dashes, 3 shoe flies, and then 5 9 patches, and they go both ways. So you can do some light and some dark. So how fun is that? And there's over 400 blocks in the quilt. I think there's 400. So you only need 37 fabrics, but I put in a bunch extra just in case they didn't like some of them.
Yep, they're all nice.
But yeah, so you got it down. The triangle paper makes it super fast and easy.
Yes, very nice. It does. It
Mhm.
works very well.
Okay, anything else you want to share with us?
No, I'm happy.
Okay, all right.
Happy
Thank
to
you.
be here.
All right.
Maybe I can invite my Alabama friends.
Okay.
Yes,
Would that be okay?
that'd
Yes.
be good. All right, so we'll take this. Whoops. Bye, Mary.
Sweet Mary.
How many did you come with?
3.
3.
Just 3.
The
And we're
3
not
of you.
and we're not related to each other.
Okay, but they're a part of a.
We didn't marry each other's brother.
This couch is on wheels, so it's kind of funny. All right, I'll clip you on. Let's go.
Scissors.
Hold it real close to if you want.
Okay.
Okay, names and where we're from, and I want her to say where she's from.
So, Julie Hanna from Gardendale, Alabama.
Renee Culp from Alabama via Michigan and Chicago.
Kathy McElroy from Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Dodge City.
Yeah, Dodge. See,
I love it. I could just listen to her talk all day long. All right. So what made you come to this retreat in particular?
Well, we have learned a lot that we didn't know because we didn't really follow, but we've done your patterns for years.
Yeah, they didn't know anything about the live. They didn't know anything about, you know, the YouTube channel. So I'm like, girls, what?
Yes, it was a little embarrassing, you know.
No.
But we have learned a lot. Now we're going to buy more. We have 4,000 new projects to do when we get home. So we came up here because we had done a few of your patterns. We fell in love with the handwork, and we actually thought we didn't even know what you were going to do at this retreat.
No, I don't tell anybody.
So we thought it would be all handwork. So we decided to drive from Alabama, which is, you know,
A feat,
800.
which is probably good because if you were flying, you might have waited a day too long and you wouldn't have been
right.
close enough to get here.
And when we heard that there was going to be a little bit of snow, you know, we
A
knew we had
little.
to come up a day early. So we came up on Friday and stopped along the way. And then they graciously let us stay here Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
So we have had so much fun here. And we made sew angels in the snow.
We did.
Yeah.
But
I heard you kind of had you couldn't really tell when you
No.
got up.
well, we didn't plan it to the end.
Oh.
We didn't know how we were going to get up from the snow. And it literally was what, 8 feet of snow?
No,
I don't know.
about
we made
a
these
little over
beautiful.
2 feet of snow,
But it was
Felt like 8.
more than we've ever seen.
but it was drifting. So
Yeah.
Oh, it was
you know, you
everywhere.
have all these big drifts because there's so much wind. And that's what really was the hard part of the whole storm was it was a blizzard because the wind was 50
Right.
miles an hour at
was.
times.
Elsa. It was
Elsa.
Wow.
Yes, they appropriately named Elsa. Yeah.
We had these beautiful snow angels. They were so pretty. And then we tried to get up. And they it looked like some dogs have been fighting in the snow or something. It was pretty funny.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
So, you know, I didn't start sewing until much later after I retired. And, you know, you're the same way. She's
Yep.
sewn all of her life. But I had no idea there was such a quilting community out there.
Mhm.
And so when you're searching around for a retirement hobby and we landed on this quilting and learned of retreats, that is what you do. Your mission is to
Mhm.
create an environment for a community of like-minded women
Exactly.
that would have never met any other way.
Mhm.
And it has, we go a lot of places, and honest to goodness, this is the best.
No
we've
comparison.
experienced.
No
Yeah.
comparison.
No
Good.
comparison.
And
Because
we have-
now we have resort.
Yes. It is truly a resort. It is
All right,
just
we'll get
so
to that
wonderful.
story. We won't forget about it, right?
Yeah.
All right, Renee.
Yes,
What do you
yes.
want to say? Do we want to talk a little bit about yourself, or you want to
Yeah.
show, or what do you want to do?
I've just thoroughly enjoyed this. I've always been into a lot of your handwork. I love doing wool, hand stitching. It just brings such joy and peace when you sit there in the evenings and do that part of it. And quilting and sewing is a whole new thing. I'm brand new into all this. And these are my two friends that I met in her quilt shop. And this one here helped me with a wool project of one of yours that I was working on. And so I thoroughly enjoy it. And this has been an awesome time. And this has challenged me because I have avoided teeny tiny pieces like the plague. And so this has challenged me, and I do appreciate it still. And I've
But
fallen
isn't
in
that
love
big
with
of-
these.
Right.
I'm
It's
so
not
proud
that big of a
myself.
deal, is it?
It isn't.
No.
I
Oh
made
my
it into a
gosh.
well, kind of.
Perfect. She
I
has done
know.
such an amazing
Well, and
job.
like I tell
So-
people, it's the same 1/4 inch seam allowance. It really
Mhm.
is. And then they don't become little until you press that block and it's like, ooh, these are little.
These are little.
Because I even thought about, should I design this for, 4.5 instead of the size? I mean, because I did it like 2 and whatever, or 2 something. But like,
Mhm.
I thought, no, they can do these blocks.
Yes. Yes.
400 of them.
400 of them. Yeah.
So
And then
thank
it's,
you.
well, it's really 800 because it's set with
Uh-huh.
the alternating block, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then you just scatter them however they go.
Mm-hmm.
So the name of this quilt is called Spring Fling, and we will probably be able to kit it because even though I use totally different fabrics than what they did, our shop is full of these bright, springy type fabrics, and we just need, you only need 37, but I think we put like 42, 43 in your kit, just in case you make a boo-boo, just in case you don't like some of them, you had some options to do, and you could make them all, because I think I put enough light in the kit as well, but you really only need 37 if you only want to make the 400. Okay, so Kathy, tell us about your quilt shop and anything else you want to tell us about.
Well, I have a very small quilt shop in Dodge City, Alabama, and it's right off of exit 299 on 65, and very small, and I just love being here.
You're like the town mother.
So wonderful.
You're helping the
she is.
girls do their prom dresses. You're doing all kinds of stuff there. And she's like a
kinds
master
of stuff.
embroiderer. She's like, I can do that embroidery stuff.
I can do like machine embroidery, but I also love hand embroidery.
Good.
I do. I really love it. But it's
And what's the name of your shop again?
So Blessed.
So
Fabrics
Blessed.
and Embroidery.
Okay, awesome. All right. You want to show some of your stuff, girls?
Yep.
All
And
right.
don't be advertising she can do all that stuff.
That's right.
We need her to travel with us,
Yes.
not patch
Yes.
holes.
Not patch holes. There's not too many people that do that anymore, is what I'm getting at.
I know why.
All right, Juju, explain what you got going on.
So you can't do anything unless you tack it up. So we're adding a little bird. This came right out of the garbage of primitive gatherings. So Lisa was making this beautiful little project that we could not talk her out of. She threw the flannel away, and when she turned her head, we dumpster dive.
I said it's free reign once it goes in the garbage.
Yes, so that, and then we're just adding some little flowers. There'll be beads before the night's over, and it's going to be a beautiful.
So she
pillow.
likes to bling up her little letters
I do,
and stuff like
and
that.
it will be.
And she's working on Fresh Cut Garden, so I got to see her Fresh Cut Garden. Now you got it all together.
Oh
don't you?
yes, it's ready. I'm
She's
just doing
the
seams.
in between pieces where the seams of the blocks come together. Yep. So that's
And
very
then I
good.
did little blocks too. I'm making a set of coasters. That's about all.
Oh, you're working on what's the name of the quilt? We remember we figured out the name of it. What was it?
Something about freedom.
Our
patriotic-
flag stands for freedom. You're working on, and you got all your blocks done.
All
now.
the blocks done here. I even cut some out the first night because we got to be here an extra night.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Good job. Good
Thank you.
job. All right, show us yours.
Okay. Here are my teeny tiny little.
So you got
blocks of
2 sets of fabrics done so far?
Yes, two
Good
sets
job.
done. I got my
Churn back.
churn
Turn
dash.
And they're
So
perfect.
this has been a challenge, and it's been fun.
You
I've been
you
thoroughly
nailed it,
enjoyed
girl.
it.
You
She's
nailed
doing
it.
Yes.
great. We're just
Thank
so proud.
you.
Yes, you should
So
be proud of
fun.
her.
And then here's my spring.
Spring.
My little bird too.
So what we're doing with these is I didn't finish mine yet because I wanted them to not see it finished. I wanted them to be like, to make a choice. Like, what do you want this for? Do you want to hang it? Do you want to frame it? Do you want to put it on a bed for a pillow? So I didn't want them to think they had to make a pillow. So I'm going to show them how to put a pillow together when I do mine. We're going to design some tongues. Mary? No. Yeah, okay, I did have it right. Mary did hers long, and we're gonna maybe design some long tongues to hang that way. And you wanted it a pillow, but then you wanted tongues coming out this way. So I thought we did like maybe do 3 chubby little tongues that come off of the outside of it. Yeah, so we got that to do tonight. We kind of stayed up talking way too late last night, and we didn't do a lot. We were just stitching. I think we were all nice and comfy and talking and stayed up till past midnight. I didn't go to bed till about 1:45, I think. I finally shut everything off and went to bed. But
But it was an awesome time with you. We had
we did have some fun.
Yeah.
I tell them too much about myself probably.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
We could blackmail her.
You could. They could. They know all the things.
Okay, so I've got quite a bit done on this. I have got very little done on my million, how many? 800 blocks.
400.
I've got very little done on those, but I didn't bring those. But I do have them all stacked in little.
Yeah, you have them
piles.
sorted.
I have them sorted. I'm
Yeah.
a sorter.
Yeah, she's an organizer and a sorter, you can tell. And
And she's
me and Judy are like,
fast.
I got something. I got a project on about every table. I have something. Okay. Well,
Sometimes
thank you,
we're looking
girls.
on the floor for Julie.
Yeah, and I almost had a panic attack this morning because I'm working on the borders on Serenity, and I know I had 9 blocks with me. I counted them, and then when I was trimming them, I only had 8, and we looked all over, and then you found it, right?
Mhm.
So Madeline was cutting out some turtles for our turtle kits, and somehow my block wanted to hang out with the turtles because it was in the big bin with the turtles. I have no idea how it got in there. I do not. So thank you for finding it.
You're welcome.
Mom found it.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right.
If
Thanks,
you-
girls.
That means you can.
Thanks
put my
for
thing
coming
together.
all the way from Alabama.
Alabama. And
You're
roll,
so welcome.
roll tide.
Roll Tide.
War Eagle.
War Eagle. That's Auburn, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. See, I know
But
my
we don't
stuff.
care.
All right. There you go. All right. Who's next? Here, we got to get it straight. All right. Patty. Pamela.
So I've got my little blocks.
Who are you? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm paying from Central Illinois. This is about the 3rd year I've been coming back to these. And so one thing that I did not, so when I came to the retreat a year ago, the same retreat, we did the wool applique. I was never a hand stitcher, never saw myself as sitting still enough to do hand stitching, but I fell in love with that. So love hand stitching. So
Yeah. If you have never tried it,
try it.
you gotta.
You
Yeah.
gotta get out of your
Or
comfort
don't if you don't want to get hooked on something else. I'm just telling you that.
And we're pushing you to like it.
Yes. All right. What we got going on
So
here?
this is my,
All right.
spring.
What are you going to do with yours?
I
Is
want
yours?
to make mine like a table mat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm going to add some pieces to it. I'm going to add the bird to it, but I wanted to pick out some spring color wools
Okay.
to add to it. And I
Awesome.
thought about adding some, those little whirly things.
Bullions or
Yeah,
drizzles?
The drizzles.
Okay. We
I
can
thought
work
that'd
on
be
them
kinda
tonight.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there's that. And my little,
Ooh, and you got some of those. Ooh,
little-
you got 2 or 3
I've got,
blocks out of
Yeah, I just
the
made-
11 fabrics
yeah,
out of.
there's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you got way more. You got all kinds of colors in
Yeah.
there. Good job.
but yeah, those are fun.
Okay.
And the paper, the
Triangle paper.
papers are the bomb.
Yep.
Must have.
Yes. Don't do it without it,
Yep.
right?
We've had a blast. It's been great.
All right. Good.
Great place to be snowed in.
All right.
Hi, I'm Samantha from Ohio, and here's my little blocks. I don't know. I would have never done this if I hadn't came here. I came here because I wanted to be challenged, and
And I'm
she's
doing
doing
it.
it. Also, we did get snowed in, and everybody got really close. I mean, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and Peggy and Barb stayed with these girls and cooked for them and just did a
Yes.
fabulous job. So they went above and beyond
They
what
did.
their I mean, they got to sew too, so it wasn't like the worst thing. I would want to be snowed in anytime. So I love that when that happens. So if you ever get the chance, don't stop, don't not come because you're worried about the snow. Come because we can figure it out, and we can't when airports shut down, that kind of does something to us. But if you plan a winter retreat, plan it for a day or 2 early.
Yep.
All
It
right,
was
just in
great. We
case.
appreciate you letting us come in a day early.
Yeah,
That was
no,
great.
no.
We just brought an extra project to work on, and
Yep.
it all was great.
Yep. All right. Thanks, girls.
Thanks.
Anybody else? All right. Now we're going to get the story about the quilting resort.
Make it brief.
All right. All right.
Do I need
Oh, yes. Let's mic you up.
I need a thing.
Then you don't have to worry about it.
I am Meg from Williamsburg, Virginia, and I'm thrilled to be here. I've been watching friends in a stitching group work on these wools and just fell in love with them over the last couple of years. Tried your Christmas wool box and thought, I can do this. And we've had a great time. It's just been wonderful. And I want to thank you for pushing us to do these. I love them. I have a love-hate relationship with them, but I do love them, even though they almost killed me. But
it's like a badge of honor when you see them.
It is. Right? They're just darling. They're just really darling.
And what I tell people is like, you know, and a normal quilt, you know, like Val's quilt, that's a beautiful quilt, right? But nobody goes up to them and goes, oh my God, look at these little pieces. You know? So people will stand in front of little tiny pieces and just like, you know, with their mouth hanging open because they can't believe
marvel
that
at the
people
size.
Are crazy enough to do this. But really,
yeah,
you know, it's the same.
It is.
It's the same.
And I appreciate all your pragmatic. I like your pragmatic approach to this. That's really, it's good to hear you kind of just say, you know.
Well, and I really try to teach them how I work. And I mean, it's not magic how some of this stuff gets done. I really teach them how I work so they can be a little faster and have things make a little bit more sense on how we cut faster or why we do some things versus others. And
your rulers.
Yeah. All right.
Like
so like,
game changer.
I have a set of rulers that I designed years back. And when I show them to people and explain them to people and then let them try them, it's like a game changer. And it really makes, I can work a lot faster with my rulers. I can see better. I know where I am. And when I explain that all to them and then I leave those rulers and then they get to use them, then I see them slowly come back from the shop with the rulers and you know what I mean? So so it does help me to promote my own thing sometimes, but I also tell them I'm not like a gadget freak. I only promote what I use, and I don't use a lot of tools, different tools for a lot of things. I think we can do a lot of things with what we already have, or you know, why I like my ruler versus another ruler and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, Miss Sherry.
Hi, I'm Sherry from Williamsburg, Virginia. We're missing our 2 cohorts.
Yes, we have to give a shout out to Chris and
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
We miss you.
We miss you.
Yeah.
So they got stuck?
Their flight from Chicago to Appleton got canceled.
So they got all the way to Chicago?
They did not.
No, okay.
They found out about it before they left Virginia, so that was a good thing.
But you guys plan to come a different time now together?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be back to haunt you.
Yes, that's okay.
In September.
September. Okay, good.
We will be. I got 2 fabrics done. So here are my little teeny weeny ones.
Your blocks. Cute pink.
Cute pink. I picked the pink so I could see it.
Yeah, it's a good job.
Yeah. And then I did my spring thing.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's getting there. My stitches are teeny tiny, but
she does. She stitches super tiny, but it's beautiful.
It's to prolong the joy of putting it together.
Twice as long because she puts twice as many
I prefer
stitches.
this teeny tiny to this teeny tiny.
Okay.
But in my 35 years of quilting, I've never done anything this tiny.
Okay.
So
and you can do it.
And I can do it now.
Yep.
I can do it. Yes, I can do it.
Awesome. Good job.
And I learned that. And I have to say, you need to come and learn Lisa's way of cutting. It is a game changer.
How long have you been quilting?
Fast. 35 years.
35 years. Okay.
Yeah, I started when I was 12.
Nice. I wish I started. I just got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So tell us the story.
Oh gosh, I had a medical event and had to go to the hospital, and the EMTs, you know, they don't seem to know anything about this lovely place. And when we were driving to the hospital, they called into the hospital, they were on the way, and the EMT said, "Yeah, we're at a quilt resort. She's coming from a quilt resort." So that's what all the nurses in the ER were calling it, a quilt resort. So there you go.
So we're changing our name. We are now a quilt resort.
Officially a quilt resort. So there you go.
Yeah, and they all were saying, we need to go there. And I was like, you do.
And then the police officer, didn't he say, oh my gosh, my mother-in-law is a quilter. I got to tell her about this place.
So we drummed up a little business to go
so they were promoting all the way to the hospital.
All the way. So there you go.
It's good of you to take one for the team.
Yes.
So the doctor said, don't do any more of this. It's killing you. Just teasing.
No,
He
no.
didn't say that.
It's probably saving you.
No, there's truth in
Yeah,
that. There's
yeah.
truth in that. But
All
anyway,
right.
thank you.
Wonderful week. We're never
Yeah,
gonna
so
get
we
all our
do
work
have this
done.
little daffodil theme going on.
Yes.
So we're painting a little daffodil quilt block here today as well. So we just started doing this one, in between all the other things that they are doing. So they got 3 projects from me, and then where's Miss Lynn? Are you going to come on?
There we go.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the lovely stories and
All the fun.
for promoting primitive
Yes.
gatherings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been great.
Thank you. Does it go?
Yeah, I tried to do it.
Oh, okay. She's so smart. All right. Thanks, girls. All right. So when you come to retreat, when I'm doing 3 retreats in a row in a month, I have a little sidekick here, Lynn, who will come in a day and take over so I can have time to do whatever I need to do or do the live or do whatever. So today Lynn is hanging out with them. And remember me talking about the announcements about Lynn's Collage Club? Well, this is Lynn.
Hey, so I am lucky enough to live about 10 minutes away from here. And I never really quilted until I met Lisa. And I had walked in, Lisa and I took a design illustration class together.
That I flunked out of.
Well, you're getting there. We're doing
We're
it
doing
again.
it this year. This is the
doing it
year.
again, right? So I was just like, no geometry, no squares and triangles, not doing this. And she said, you know what? I think I have something for you. And they had Laura Heine come in, and within a week of meeting Laura, I had booked a trip out to Montana and she's been mentoring me and have become a certified teacher for fabric art.
But you're a
and
legit
collage.
artist as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
come from the art
tell
world
them
into this.
some of the things that you do.
So I, previous to moving back here, I grew up here in Wisconsin, and previous to that, I toured with both Broadway theater. I was the makeup artist for Phantom of the Opera, and I worked with the Jim Henson Company and the Muppets and Sesame Street. So I have always loved fabric. I don't know that I've ever owned as much fabric as I do now. But this is a new partnership, I guess, that we've been kind of working on. And one of my goals has been a lot of collage artists you'll see working very modern fabrics, which I love. I love Kaif and Tula and all of those. But one of my big goals was to be able to not only develop patterns here, but to kit them out of Lisa's store. So all of the kits that you'll be seeing coming up and the patterns will be actually kitted in more traditional. Yeah. My upcoming retreat, which I think Jess is working on having a final price for, but it's a beautiful American flag that will be out of Lisa's material, her new American Gatherings line, as well as having supplemental material out of the store. So
yeah. So and I didn't get to see the kit yet, or the project, but everybody says it's going very, very, very well.
Yeah. So we will be this week. I'll hopefully be finishing it this week, and then the guys will be quilting it, and then
cool.
and it'll be there. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Next week. Yeah.
But I do want to point out, like you've made like sculpture, like what's Olaf is his name?
Oh yeah, so we're very funny. But we did.
Here it is.
Oh yeah, so here's the flag. So that's it. So not only will you be learning how to do the collage, but you'll also be learning to use Inktense pencils, which are a permanent colored pencil that you'll be able to draw on and apply to any other project that you want to. So lots of really cool stuff. It is, I know, I was like beginner friendly. It is honestly beginner friendly.
Right, it is, because it's just you're just fusing stuff down.
Yeah,
cutting it out,
if
fusing
you
it down.
if you can do applique, I promise you can do this.
Yeah.
For anybody who is intimidated by quilting, this is an amazing way to sort of
because I think
get
quilting is so you gotta so precise, where this is so free.
Yeah.
right?
Very
Because
much
you can
so.
take
Very
you can
much
take a
so.
kit and you can, kind of like, we do with some of our wool applique.
Yeah.
They can do a different orientation. They can make it into whatever they want. So
Yeah.
same thing applies with this. They can add their more favorite color
Yes.
flowers to it or whatever.
Yeah, and if somebody during one of my clubs or classes comes up and says, I want to do a collage of my dog, or I want to do something like that, I'm happy to teach you how to do that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, that's one of my goals this summer. I would like to do it's just an excuse for me to bring my dog with me.
Yes.
Right? Is to do like how to do your dog, how to do your puppy, and make it into a collage.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So to me, it kind of reminds me of like rug hooking. So when you go to a rug hooking retreat, the teacher helps you like plan your rug and finds you the right wools and does all this stuff. So I can imagine that, you probably have like, bunches of fabrics and whatever, or you can steer them toward what fabrics will work for them.
And it's a great way to use up your scraps.
Yeah.
Like if you have, hopefully we can start working out that if you can go in and you've got 1/8 yard pieces or even like 2 by 6 inch pieces, I keep all my scraps from all the collages I use and I roll them in. And sooner or later, any of the scraps that you have from a quilt you're working on, you can throw that on some steam and
cut it out
and save it. Yep.
Yeah. So like any fabric that has flowers on or different types of motifs, but any fabric can be used to put together to make an animal. So these are more like the kind of the fabrics like I design, the tinier prints. And so you need all kinds.
Yeah. And I can say I should shout out to Sue Hiddle because she did the quilting for me.
Oh, nice.
Also to Joanne because I was about to do the little thread in like fabric. And Joanne, of course, picked it up and immediately did a beautiful stem stitch on it.
Yeah. So there's a needle here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the Bluebird kits are out, but I think we still have some Robin kits. So they may show up later.
Okay.
But this, as you said, punch needle, easily the patterns that I do can be used.
Yes.
Can be used for punch needle as
well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sweet.
But it's been fun. So
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
You.
Thanks for taking them for the afternoon. Oh, yes. So isn't that fun? Yes, we have such a good time. You got those muted, Kaylee? Okay. All right. So we don't have much left. We're going to pick some winners. I do have this to show you. I finished this last night. So look. All right. So we ended up putting the 4 flowers here to cover the brown spots that were there. The lines, the quilting lines that Sherry had marked that turned brown, I just stem stitched over the top of them. If you don't know what this is, I showed it last week. And it was, I showed a picture of the blue marking pen that Sherry used on it, kind of reacted and turned brown and it didn't go away. So I had to figure out how to get rid of that. And I just covered it up on the lines there and then added those 4 flowers. And it really did kind of make the design might even be better. I don't know. It had a little bit more room and white in there for the quilting, but we had to add that. And then I added my signature stem stitch in the binding there. And that took not too long and that was done. And that uses that 5-weight V3 thread that's in all the knots around that scalloped edge there. So yes, it is coming out April 23rd. Where is she? Right there, Juju. She was like, do I have to really wait that long? I'm like, yeah, it's not done yet. we got to write a pattern, right? So that is coming. So look forward to that. That's Teresa. That's the one from my mother. This is hers. And my mother liked her peonies and her hummingbirds. So I thought we did a good job of getting that to be my mother's favorite. Okay, so did anybody know about our St. Patrick's Day special we have going on right now? So you know the drill. We do these fun things and you have from yesterday to Sunday, Jess?
Nope, until Friday, tomorrow,
to do a order for $50 and you get this kit free with that order. So hopefully I showed you some Tilda fabrics and some Marcus Brother fabrics and some new stuff that you don't have yet. So you can shop for any of those things. You can order your kit for Indigo Revival if you didn't do that. And we have to pick some winners. And yes, Christy, we will get you a photo. I just saw that text that Christy wants a photo of something. I can get that for her. Okay. Anything else before we sign off? Anybody?
They're asking about the frame.
Oh, frame, you can order this as well. It's probably right in the thing, right, Jess?
Usually that's where Amy puts it, yes.
Yeah, usually it's right in, because they just automatically get it, right?
They do not.
They automatically get this kit when they spend $50, or do they have to put it in their cart?
No, I thought you were talking about the frame. I'm like, they don't automatically get the frame. They automatically get the PDF download, and they'll get the kit. Yes,
with
automatically. They don't have to
and
put
if you
any more
want
kits
the frame,
in.
you can order the frame as well. Okay. All right. So we have some winners for our show here today, and they are as follows, but you need to send Heidi your physical address so she can ship them out to you. We have Penny Abernathy, Zena Crawford, Xina, is that Zena?
Yep.
Because sometimes it's Zena too. And then Jean Ashley. What's that, Jess?
Nothing.
You're good? All right. So that's all we have for you today. Ooh, we went over an hour. Okay. We had lots of good stuff for you, didn't we? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here. We will be back next week at Primitive Gatherings here, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, where every stitch tells a story.